Tell me how to program games for Steam.
The Steamworks application interface itself is written in C++.
I know I get an F in programming in C right now.
C++ is a variation of C, but there are differences.
Yeah, like the graphics being in OpenGL, and similar formats like DirectX.
I think you're familiar with Adobe Flash.
That's a long way from OpenGL and C++.
Steam lets you put Adobe Flash games into Steam, as long as it is wrapped in a compatible executable.
Learning how to wrap it is simpler than trying to learn how to code in a new language from scratch.
Check the game development package you are using. It may already be able to wrap the game for Steam, along with packaging it for the Apple App Store.
But what about Steamworks?
I know Steamworks works for creating games for Steam, but you do not have to use it. It handles APIs written in Flash, XNA and others.
XNA is Xbox, I think.
Let's say you use one of the standard game development packages, like Game Maker Professional.
You can make iOS and Android games on it.
You can release its games on Steam too. That's released via Game Maker Studio.
I do not know if I can afford Game Maker Studio.
So program games in Java.
That's being replaced by HTML5 and JavaScript for online games.
If you want to program for Steam for the big companies like Electronic Arts, you need to learn C++ and C#.
Is there C# as well? And why would you suggest C, when Objective-C is being replaced by Swift?
Objective-C is limited to Apple. C++ and C# are used on a variety of systems.
What about Unity?
C# is used by both XNA and Unity, and both are used to create games, and both can be used on Steam.
That's probably the next step, after I've successfully published a Flash game on Steam.
Just because you create a game does not mean Steam will publish it. They evaluate games for uniqueness, price and quality, before letting you publish it.
You make it sound like it is hard.
Apple has around 800,000 apps on its App Store, while Google is around 600,000 or 700,000. Steam is more selective, but gets a better reputation for quality.
Whereas Android and Apple like to say we have an app for that. What does Valve use for Steam games?
They use a custom game engine, called Source Engine.
I've heard of it. What is it written in?
C++.
No wonder you keep pushing C++. It is like Apple demanding that apps be made in Objective-C or Swift, its proprietary programming languages.
The big difference is that if you learn C++, you'll be able to work on projects outside of Steam, at non-gaming projects.
Since people spend more time with apps than browsers, and around half their time online with game apps, I'll go with the gaming.
Go with C++ or C#, since it is a transferable skill to other computing projects.
More money and job security are always pluses.
And C++ has both of those pluses. Well, plus the 2 after the letter.